I am least interested in WrestleMania 37 this year. Wanna know why? Stick around this video and I will tell you why. Just to clear some air, I like WrestleMania season. After Royal Rumble every year, the road to WrestleMania gets interesting with great storylines and good in-ring action, and then WrestleMania comes up and we get one heck of a show. WrestleMania 37 presents the most talented superstars on the card, but here comes the catch. This year's WrestleMania is arguably the most underwhelming WrestleMania of all time. Let's look at the positives first for WrestleMania 37 just to get you cheered up. The Universal title match has been built exceptionally well. Each and every week, Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, Edge, Paul Heyman, the creative is coming up with new angles and telling a solid story which is making SmackDown the go-to show to watch during this Mania season. The addition of Daniel Bryan may be questionable, but he adds an extra flavor into the contest. Roman Reigns has been simply exceptional with his tribal chief character, and everybody is saying Edge has turned heel, but I would say Edge has not turned heel. He is just annoyed with the fact that Daniel Bryan has been inserted into the triple threat match. Daniel Bryan is making this like WrestleMania 30, and this match is going to just steal the show, and it is gonna be an exceptional show closer for us. Another match which has been built quite well is the WWE Championship between Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. I need not talk much about this match because it has been good. Barring the Hurt Business split, Hurt Business is not officially over. They have just cut 2 members. But I absolutely hated it because the Hurt Business were possibly the best thing on Raw. Personally, I like the build of this match. They are trying to tell a good story here, and this should be the main event of night 1 and not any other match, which I will get into. The Fiend vs Randy Orton, it has also been one of the best things on Raw along with Alexa Bliss. This burnt Fiend will be even more dangerous, and it's another match I am looking forward to. I am pretty surprised that this match has not been announced as a gimmick match yet, but even if it is a one-on-one match, then the Fiend is absolutely gonna squash Randy Orton, if I am being completely honest. I need not give a detailed explanation again since you all know what's going on with this feud. And yes, this feud is going on forever and it desperately needs to end at WrestleMania. That's the positives. And I don't want to be too critical about WWE here because there are way too many negatives to say about this year. Let's start with the obvious. Before that, if you like the positives of WrestleMania 37, then smash that like button and type yes I agree in the comment section. Asuka vs Rhea Ripley. Now this match was supposed to be a triple threat match with Charlotte in the mix, but Charlotte caught the virus and has been seemingly pulled off. The problem is not Charlotte over here because in her defense, she asked for a title shot 6 weeks before WrestleMania. The problem is Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley was literally in the caterings area since Royal Rumble. If Bianca was going to challenge Sasha Banks, then Rhea Ripley should have come sooner to challenge Asuka. It would have been a far more interesting build to the Raw Women's title. And as I have said in one of my videos, Asuka needed more attention. She deserves it. She has been carrying the Raw Women's division on her back during the pandemic, during the absence of Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. And also I have discussed why Charlotte Flair should be out of the title picture for like 6 months, and seemingly she may be out of the WrestleMania match, meaning I got my wish, but not in this way, not by catching the virus. So I hope a speedy recovery for Charlotte Flair from the virus. But this match, Asuka vs Rhea Ripley, it would have been built better if Rhea Ripley would have come sooner to challenge Asuka. Let me know in the comment section below if you think WWE could have built Asuka vs Rhea Ripley better. Moving on. Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. Now, WWE should have done everything right with this feud. Banks vs Belair has so much potential. Both are incredible performers in the ring. On the mic, they can talk and deliver good promos, bearing that cynical laugh from Sasha Banks, which is absolutely unnecessary. So overall, they could have built a solid main event for night one, but they failed. They failed to build the match on the storyline sense, and they shouldn't have involved Reginald. For me, that infatuation storyline with Sasha Banks ruined the whole thing. If WWE would have pulled this rookie thing earlier, Sasha Banks calling Bianca Belair rookie, it would have been great. The build would have been even more good. And Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax shouldn't have been involved as well, because Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair are not supposed to be on the same page. So there you go, that's another letdown for me. And I am observing that many fans are craving that Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair should be the main event of night one. Here's why it shouldn't be the main event of night one, because it has not been built properly on the storyline sense. Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley has been built far more better than Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, and I've seen Sasha Banks seemingly confirming that her match is going to be the main event of night one, so kudos to them. But personally, I don't like this match to be on the main event. Comment down below if you have the same opinion or any different opinion about Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. Nobody needed this match. Nobody needed this feud. I am talking about Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon, and now it's inside a steel cage, and that's fine. So definitely we are getting a coast to coast or an elbow drop on the announce table or somewhere in the ring. That's all fine. The match structure is all fine. But look at the build. Shane McMahon is out there calling Braun stupid and showing Braun Strowman's 5th grade results, where he got all D- and emphasizes Braun Strowman's stupidity, and Strowman is getting all mad. Why? Who needed this match? There are far more talented people on the roster who can be used than Shane McMahon. And I'm not saying Shane McMahon is not talented. Dude, he has taken so many insane bumps in his career. But this build, this stupidity feud, it has been stupid. And the match is hardly gonna be like 10 minutes. So they are just like wasting the gimmick of the match as well. So if you're feeling this is stupid, type yes in the comments for Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon, because it is definitely stupid. There is one last letdown for WrestleMania 37, and this is a big one. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Where do I even get started on this one? WWE could have made Sami Zayn face anyone but Kevin Owens, or not give him a match at all at WrestleMania. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they have a rivalry that has spanned decades of their careers. There is such a wonderful story to tell inside and outside the ring. Look at what NXT has done with Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. They have identified the story and they have built an absolute banger of a feud, and their feud dates back to their time in the Indies as well. So WWE has given us literally 2 weeks. They have given this feud 2 weeks. And if this match was the plan all along by WWE, this Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn match, then they need to do some serious creative thinking backstage. 2 weeks in itself is not enough for any feud, and this is Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, one of the most celebrated feuds in NXT history. How can you just give 2 weeks to such a major feud is just beyond me. Let me know if you are excited for Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. I am excited about the in-ring match, but this feud has been very mediocre. There are many matches going into WrestleMania which have been built for like 3 or 4 weeks only, but I am not going to dwell on those matches since I don't want to be too critical about WrestleMania 37. All the matches are gonna be a banger of the matches, but The build, the storyline is what kills me. Let me know in the comment section below if you are excited for WrestleMania 37, and I will surely reply to as many comments as possible. So there you have it, the positives and negatives of WrestleMania 37 and the reason why I am least interested for WrestleMania this year. If you like it, thumbs to the video, love it, sub to the channel, that would be helpful. I will see you guys post WrestleMania. Until then, enjoy the WrestleMania season.